Amy again. So, I made a preview a while ago, which I didn't end up filming the full version to. Well, I did, but I didn't upload it because it just turned into this big rambling mess, even more so than my usual videos. Because there are just so many layers and so many people and so much bullshit involved in this little world of mine that it was just far too complicated and far too long that I just couldn't work out a way to compress it into any kind of viewable time span. So there it sits on the back burner. But what I can tell you is that it's Christmas in a few days. First of all, I still have got a bunch of shit on lay-by for my daughter, which I have to collect. So, famously unorganised as per usual. Although, let the record show that I did have a Christmas tree the first week of December this year for the first time ever, but it wasn't decorated even, until a week or so later, because I couldn't find anywhere in Melbourne that would sell a fucking Christmas tree stand for real Christmas trees. So I don't know what the fuck is with that, but anyway, I had the Christmas tree at least. So maybe next year I'll have the Christmas tree not only in the house but actually decorated, and some fucking presents as well at the start of December. Then that would be a Christmas miracle in itself. So anyway, back to the point. So Christmas for me brings up all kinds of bitter, passive aggressive, let's say, feelings. Because of my family or lack thereof. My mum passed away at the start of 2011 from progressive terminal illness. So although I had warning, it was still a shitstorm to say the least. During that time though, my dad and his side of the family came back into the picture, because from the time that I was a fetus, he wanted pretty much nothing to do with me. Him and my mum weren't married, so he didn't see me as anything other than a terrible, life-destroying mistake, which was swiftly swept under the rug, and everybody who knew about me was silenced, and I wasn't to be discussed or associated with, and that was just that. And so that's just how it was. Anyone who came after me, like my brother and sister, like that he's had with his wife since I was born, and all my cousins knew nothing about me. And I'd always wanted to tell them, but my mum always said no. So when she got sick, I thought there can be no repercussions for her now, and if he wants to crack the shits at me, well, that's fine. So I told people who I was, really, because they, you know, like my brother and sister, like, knew me, like, but didn't actually know who I was, really. They just didn't know the truth. So obviously when that all happened, a big shitstorm followed, and rightly so. You know, they were lied to for their whole life, and that's fucked up. and for no good reason. So, but that all sort of settled down, and I became really close with one of my aunties who's like married into the family, and her kids, like my cousins, really close with them, and my daughter was as well. And then after my mum died last year around this time, I was speaking to my dad, and I've never met my grandma, like his mum. So like my daughter's got a great grandma, and that's fucking awesome. But neither one of us have ever met her, and are not likely to, unfortunately. And when I asked him why, he said to me, you're not family, you never have been, you never will be. So get a life, get some friends, and get over it. And that was the last that I spoke to him up until just this November just gone, where I contacted him to see if he had any idea of a way that I could get Destiny seen at the Children's Hospital faster, because she's scheduled to be seen on the 4th of January, and back in November that felt like a fucking lifetime away. But other than that, I haven't spoken to him since, and everybody else dropped off too. But the thing that upsets me the most is that my auntie and those cousins dropped off, because we were super close, and my daughter just loved all of them to bits. She liked nothing more than being around them. Even if we were just at the house doing nothing in particular, it was the best day ever for her. So I don't know what they think I've said to her, or how they think I'm going to handle this situation with them just disappearing for no reason. Well, there's a reason, obviously, but, not a good one. Because family is family, whether you like it or not, unfortunately. And there's just far too many people that have been in my life at some point that just think that people are disposable, and that everyone's replaceable. Go fuck yourself, you wanker. That would have been far more colourful if I wasn't talking right now. Yeah, so far too many people that think that other people are just disposable and you can just throw them away if they're not the type of person that you would really like to lay claim to as part of your family. And I just don't understand it. I was the first child in that family, like out of his brothers and himself. I was the firstborn into the family, and I've not been able to have a normal proper relationship with any of my relatives as a result of him not obviously being in class the day that they learnt about fucking wrapping your dick. So yeah, a bit bitter about it, and fucking understandably so, until you've walked in my shoes and really known what rejection feels like, to be shunned by your own family, then you can't say shit about how I am or fucking anything else. So yeah, people have said that I've changed or whatever, and that's why. People say oh, how come it matters now, and it didn't matter before, he was never around before, how come it matters now? Well, it matters now because it's all fresh now, and now my daughter's in the picture as well. Previously I just sort of dealt with it, pushed it aside, whatever. But now I've had could be like and what having a proper family would be like, and then it's all just been pulled out from under me again. And now with the added element of my daughter involved as well, because I don't want to say anything about it to her when she asks, like, when are we going to see this person or that person or whatever. I sort of just deflect things, which obviously I can only do for so long. But I just have been deflecting things, and I don't want to pass my opinions or stories or views onto her, because I don't want to taint her view of people, because she thinks the world of them. She really does love them to bits, and I don't want to change that. You know, she can form her own opinions on things when she's older, because right now I am just everything to her, and if she knew what was going on, then she would obviously take my side straight away, regardless of whether I'm right or wrong or fucking, you know, anything else. It would just be like my side, because I'm me, and as far as she's concerned, I'm fucking awesome. At least someone thinks so. So yeah, that's my story. That's why I am a little bit bitter sometimes, and rightly so, in my opinion. Yeah. So that's me. That's my story. I hope that your Christmas and your family are a little less fucked than mine. And I hope that you have a good Christmas and get heaps of awesome shit and get to spend the day with great people and good food. And, of course, have an excellent new year. And I'll see you soon.